Let's do some drywall.
Drywall repairman here. We're just doing a simple video on patching up round holes. We basically, in every room, we're doing 2 holes like this. What it is they ran wires through the bottom to the top, and they had these covers here. I guess they had a TV mount on the wall. With these round holes, they're kind of tricky, but you can use a circle cutter tool. This cuts round pieces of sheetrock. If you didn't want to use a round circle cutter, you could try to cut a piece of sheetrock kind of round, or a simple way like I used to do, or if you wanted to use like a template, just say like that. Look, that's almost perfect. So I would take this round part here, put it on the sheetrock and pencil it. So that's an easy way of doing it, so you don't have to buy this $10, $15 circle cutter, or you could just cut the area out square and patch it in like a square. But basically got 2 of these here. In the other bedroom, we got 2 there, and then the main living room, 2 there. So it's going to be the same process, it's just we're working in 3 different rooms. First things first, get some masking. Put some masking on your baseboard floor. Anything that's going to get sprayed, because the texture here is a spray knockdown. So we're going to end up patching that area, and have to spray each patch. This is a very common thing. So if you are going to run TVs on a TV wall mount, then you're going to have holes in the wall. And then if you ever move or change them out, you might have to patch in these holes. A proper way, of course, if they run electrical there and they actually ran the wires properly, but this was just the wires they ran through the wall. But this is a good way to do it. Piece of tape, roll of tape like that, you can get a perfect circle template cut out. Easy, easy, easy. But let's get to work. Let's basically watch and learn. I'm not going to sit here and drill you on how to do every step I do, every step. So it's just watch and learn. I also have other videos on my channel, drywall patching repairs. It's pretty much the same step process. A little patch like this is the same as doing a big patch. Same step process, easy to do. These have 2 receptacles, so you want to mask those off because you don't want to get spray on those. But first things first, get your roll of tape, some plastic, and get the floor and everything masked off before you start making any mess with patching it. Up everything, getting overspray off. These are pretty much ready. Circle cutter here, this is like a $10 or $15 tool. You don't use them a lot, but if you're trying to cut holes in the drywall or try to get perfect round pucks, this is a tool to use. Maybe you're going to install some electrical LED lighting in the ceiling, puck lights. This would be a perfect tool to make a perfect round tool. They have the ruler here, so you get 1 inch, 4 inch. You always want to double check. What I do is this point here, the point that it sets, I put that in the middle to kind of give me a guide, saying, well, this is not a 3 inch hole. I'd say this is about a 2.5. So it's hard to tell in the camera, but there's a ruler here. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 2.5. I just take it in just a little bit so the patch sits in nice. Piece of sheetrock, I like to go to the edge of it so I don't waste much materials. But this pointy thing, you got to push into the sheetrock. Basically, that's your guide. It's like a circle cutter. If you ever used a circle cutter or a round tool, then you'll know that it's just making a circle. This thing's kind of cutting it, giving you a guide. So I would use 6 holes, so I just basically maximize my sheetrock. So then you just basically break it off, get all your pieces out. a razor blade and clean off the edges. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 pucks. You need 2 more. If need be, cut it down to size. But now I'm gonna get some wood back. Alright, everybody knows I like to use these 1x2s, or you can use flat wood, whatever you got. Everything ready here. Plenty of wood backing. Drywall screws, 1.25" screws. Your drill. Charge drill, make sure your drill's charged. Let's go ahead and put wood backing. Sometimes these smaller pieces I like to put a screw right in the middle so I have something to hold there and pull it. See how I'm pulling on that screw? Spray glue optional, let's just tack the fiberglass to it. Alright, ready for mud. Continue on with all the other ones. 5 more to do. So coating your mud has to be pretty thick. I like to push it in, get inside all the grooves of the fiberglass, and then coat over it. Let that set up or dry. 5-minute hot mud, so it's already setting up. So we're going to slick out the hot mud. If you used a joint compound, the joint compounds would have to dry overnight and then you'd sand them. But this is a technique for hot muds only. Damp sponge, 6-inch knife. We're basically pushing down the material, taking off the extra material, pushing down kind of hard. Feather your edges, most important. You can also go the opposite direction, how you coated it. Alright, second coat. Second coat's a little thinner than your first coat, but we're just going to do a tight coat. Tight coat over it. That just fills in anything. If it looks deep still, then just leave it a little heavier. Basically, this is my gauge. Thicker the mud, you lay the knife flat, stand the knife up to pull it tighter. Quick coat. Same thing with the bottom one. We're going to let this second coat dry, slick it out, and then we can do spray texture. Clean up your tools after you're done mudding. Don't let this mud dry in your tools or you're going to really have some fun trying to scrape out all that rock hard mud. Clean your tools as this is setting up and then get yourself set up. Alright, so we'll set up, same thing like the first coat, slick out with the sponge, get rid of that edge. Get rid of that edge is most important. Clean 6-inch knife, slick up, slick up, slick up. Slicked out, took off all the extra material. We're going to give that a couple more minutes to set up fully. In the meantime, we're doing a spray knockdown. So I'm going to get my compressor ready, get the hopper ready, get the texture ready. Then we're going to come in here and do a spray knockdown.